Welcome to my channel. Let's take a ride on the E-Way.
This is the tragic story of Antwana Carter, a 26-year-old mother of 5 who was chased down and shot at by not only the assailants but also the police.
Like my baby was trying to make it home to me, and it didn't happen.
Tonight, a grieving mother speaks only with News 5 about the death of her daughter, the woman at the center of a shooting investigation involving Cleveland police. This is a case that started with a 911 call. It ended with shots fired and a car crash. Anchor Damon Maloney tells us investigators haven't disclosed if she died from a gunshot wound, and her family says it is time for answers.
Her kids deserve justice. Her family deserves justice. Because you left me with so much pain. Her kids hurting, missing their mom.
Latrice Carter is left with unimaginable pain and is explaining to her 5 grandchildren that their mother, Antwana Carter, who also worked taking care of others as a home health aide, is no longer here.
What do you think you'll miss most of your daughter?
Her voice, her loudness, her witty, her jokes, just out of the blue.
Sunday around 2 a.m., Latrice says windows were busted out of a vehicle in her driveway at the home she shared with Antwana in Cleveland's Glenville neighborhood. She says her daughter and one of her child's fathers had an argument.
How can I help you?
Yes, I have someone that's parked in front of my house that's been threatening me.
I obtained the 911 call Antwana made at 3:46 a.m.
And who is it?
It's this girl. I don't know her in the real name.
Antwana gave the person's nickname, saying it was the girlfriend of one of her children's father.
What kind of car is she in?
A dark blue Jeep.
Latrice told me she did not know Antwana called 911 and ended up calling 911 herself at 4:32 a.m. after not being able to get a hold of her. She says 2 Cleveland police officers showed up, and while speaking,
and I said, "Oh, there go my daughter right here. I seen her car coming, but it was coming kind of fast, and I didn't think nothing of it. I seen the car behind her chasing her, and I heard the shots, like really loud."
The Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department says while officers were at a call for service, 2 vehicles drove by at a high rate of speed, with shots being fired from one vehicle and officers returned fire.
It was a lot. The whole street was covered in bullets.
The Sheriff's Department says one vehicle fled, the second crashed, and officers found a woman outside it and rendered aid. Antwana was pronounced dead at UH. Latrice said her daughter didn't own a gun and believes that she was literally running for her life, trying to get away from the other chasing vehicle.
When she saw the police, I think she felt like this was my help right here, because that's how fast she was coming.
Latrice feels police were too quick to fire shots, and while investigators nor the medical examiner's office have released a manner or cause of death.
Do you know how your daughter died?
I know she died from a gunshot wound to the back.
The sheriff's office says no arrests have been made and the investigation continues. Ohio BCI told me no further information is available at this time. Latrice wants whoever was in that other vehicle to be found, and she wants a thorough investigation looking at everyone's actions. She said honoring her daughter and remaining strong for her grandchildren is her focus.
How do you navigate that going forth?
I just try to push and keep pushing. It's going to be hard, but I have a village behind me.
She had her other children surrounding her there and also her sister. Cleveland police told me that they cannot disclose specific details related to this case, given that it's under review by the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office. I also reached out to the Cleveland Police Union, but haven't heard back. And Antwana's family, they expect to have a funeral, Rob, sometime next week. She was 26 years old and beautiful children. They were there today as we talked.
As chief of police, it's my priority to uphold the division and the city of Cleveland's commitment to transparency, especially concerning incidents involving officer-involved use of force. I want to stress that this particular incident is currently being investigated by the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, and as such, we're unable to disclose additional details in line with protocols for external agency investigations. It is important to stress that this video is only a small part of the investigation. I must caution the videos we're preparing to release may contain graphic content. Accordingly, the victim's family has been informed about the impending release of these videos. On March 17th, at approximately 3:49 a.m., the Cleveland Division of Police, 5th District, received a call for threats outside of this location. Video number 1 will display the wearable camera video of officer number 1. The caller advises a person shot one of her daughter's car windows out. The caller confirms her house was not shot.
I just called, but I think maybe one of my daughters might have called or something.
Okay.
I don't know who called, but yeah, I called because something. But he know, look, he been here before.
Yeah. So what's going on tonight?
So we was upstairs sleep. I don't know what happened. I know my daughter came in the house and saying that her baby father came in. I think to me he shot my other daughter's window out. It looked like a bullet hole through her windshield.
Yeah, that was a bullet. Yeah, I'm good. Stop them. They.
I don't know where my youngest daughter is at or my other daughter, but they in two different cars. But I do know when I came outside, that all this glass right here.
Yes.
Yes, to my, she got it down to my youngest daughter.
Well, I mean, your house isn't damaged or anything, right?
No, it ain't my house, but it was her car. But it looked like it was. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like a bullet hole, like he shot through her car.
That's a bullet.
Well, she's not here, so we would have to speak to her. So someone was just outside your house and they were threatening her, or
We was in the house sleep.
Okay.
We was my youngest daughter sleeps upstairs in the attic. I sleep right here. My bedroom is right here.
Mm-hmm.
We was sleeping. We are all sleeping. My other daughter came in the house like, Tanisha, DJ just did something to your car window over there. I came in
like an ex-boyfriend or something.
Man, yes, I cannot deal with this shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just too much. Too much. It's too much. I cannot deal with this. I just told her, like, you gotta go. Like, you bringing drama to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning. Whatever you doing, whatever y'all got going on, you should have enough respect for me.
Yeah.
Alone.
So what I would do is like, and I don't know her relationship because she's not here to kind of like talk us through it, but it sounds like you're fed up with it as you should be.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Go down to the Justice Center and file for a protection order. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm sure there's been reports and stuff.
Yeah, because he came before.
Yeah.
And the last time you know, kids came over here, 696 kids was calling and all that, and I'm just like.
So I would go down to the Justice Center, and look into a protection order. Okay, they'll guide you in all the right places and stuff. They'll probably ask you questions and you know, why you feel like you need this and all that. So just give them the rundown and all the reports that you've made in the past. But she's gonna, if she wants to report her vehicle, she's gonna have to.
Yeah, that's
call.
what I was. Yeah. I didn't know she left her phone here.
Yeah.
So
she can go to the district as well. If she wants to drive up to the district, she can take her report. Yep, an officer in the office can take her report, come out and look at her car and everything. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm sorry. Because it's just overwhelming. It's just too much. We can't go to sleep.
It is. Yeah.
That's why we say get the protection order, keep them off your area, and hopefully I'll do a trick.
Yeah.
What if
Help out your.
my mental is just.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be, stressed in your own home.
You should be awake right now.
Yeah, that too.
You should be sleeping and enjoying yourself.
And then it's crazy because my brother's sleeping on the couch, so it's like, what if he would have shot through the house?
Yeah.
And hit my brother.
Listen, he brought John to my mama's house. To my mother just done a certain procedure. He brought John to my mama's house.
Close that door, it's cold.
This guy, he got girl tendencies. He brought John to my mother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Something need to be. Y'all need to put a warrant out for this dude because he got girl tendencies.
So, yeah, we can't just arrest people just because. So one thing that will help with that is a protection order. Okay, so look into that. Anytime he steps foot, on your property. See, look. Shots fired. Send us a car. Shots fired. Send us a car. Officer involved shooting.
Be just on your way home and to be gunned down.
Friends, family, and community members gathered today on Garfield Avenue to celebrate the life of 26-year-old Antwana Carter. They're also taking in the news that today there was an arrest made in connection to her death. Bree Buckley was with the family tonight and has more.
She wanted to see this.
They say she was always the center of attention, funny and witty.
She's always smiling. She was always laughing. She was always cooking. She was always joking. Come here, Fat Daddy. Come here, Fat Daddy.
26-year-old Antwana Carter's family remembering the best parts about her after her life was cut short last weekend. The mother of 5 was shot and killed in the early morning hours of March 17th after a car was following her, shooting at her car on 105th near Garfield in Cleveland's Glenville neighborhood. She had called police an hour earlier, saying someone was threatening her at her house on Garfield. Police were there talking to her mom when she came speeding down the road as she was being shot at, and then police fired shots at her. A medical examiner saying police activity was not directly responsible for her death.
So who would do this? You know what I mean? Especially for no reason.
A break in the case Monday, the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department telling 3 News that a woman named Trinity Ford was arrested for obstruction of justice in connection to the incident, but did not elaborate on details why.
Well, we were told that they made an arrest, and I am ecstatic. You hear me? Just the fact that we know that it's going to be justice.
The vigil in the same spot where she crashed after being shot, as her family makes sure she will be remembered by the legacy she leaves behind, not the tragic way her life ended. Tonight, the shooter is still on the run. Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department is investigating as the family pleads for the gunman to come forward. Betsy, just such a tragedy. The grief really just palpable out there.
Yeah, certainly you can feel it and definitely hear it. Bree Buckley joining us tonight live here in the studio. Thanks.
This afternoon, I am uncovering new information related to the shooting death of Antwana Carter, which happened St. Patrick's Day in the city of Cleveland. A woman arrested last week charged with obstruction of justice has now been charged with murder and aggravated murder. And this morning, she was in court for an initial appearance. Tonight, I'm following through with what new court documents say and the continued search for another suspect. Less than 2 weeks ago, I first reported on the March 17th death of Antwana Carter, a mother of 5 who worked as a home health aide. Evidence from Cleveland's real-time crime center shows a car following Carter's vehicle on East 105th Street, right near Garfield Avenue. Someone pops out of a passenger side window, points a gun with a blue laser on it toward Carter's vehicle, and shoots. Cleveland officers heard the shots and returned fire as Carter's vehicle turned down the street where she lived. The officers were at the Carter family home because earlier that morning, Carter called 911 and later her mom to report a threat and busted car windows. The medical examiner saying preliminary testing, quote, does not indicate that police activity was directly responsible for the decedent's death.
Her kids deserve justice. Her family deserves justice. Because you left me with so much pain. Her kids hurting, missing their mom.
That's what Carter's mom told me days after her daughter's death. I promised to follow through and today uncovered new details. 19-year-old Trinity Ford is at the Cuyahoga County Jail being held on a $1 million bond, charged with murder and aggravated murder. A probable cause affidavit states Ford, quote, did drive the suspect vehicle, which contained at least one additional occupant shooter. This individual shot and killed the victim, Antwana Carter. A criminal complaint states Ford, quote, unlawfully did purposely cause the death of Antwana Carter and did have a firearm on her at the time of the offense. Today, the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department told me investigators are still looking for the person who shot that gun with a laser on it at Carter's vehicle. So far, authorities haven't released a suspect name or description. Carter's family is demanding a full and transparent investigation into everyone's actions.
I don't understand why someone would be chasing her to where you trying to kill her. She not that type of person. Like, I don't get it.
The Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department, along with the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, continues to investigate.
Like what it do, ayy. I just put her to little shawty swerving in that cool, ayy.